Hi, Crispin Flintoff here. I've noticed since the general election, my subscribers have actually fallen. The number of people watching videos has fallen. Looks like YouTube's trying to reduce my traffic. So please share and subscribe and all those alert things, whatever they say at the beginning. If you can, it'd be good because I really want to put more stuff out that no one else is doing. Thank you. I'm honoured to have on the show Musheir El-Farra from Sheffield and originally from Khan Younis, who we've spoken to on the not the Andrew Marsh show. How you doing, Musheir?
Not too bad. I'm just gonna switch the camera on. Am I on? No, yeah. Not too bad, thanks. And you? I can describe myself as strong but extremely saddened by the ongoing crimes in my homeland where I come from, especially this morning with the very criminal or collective punishment order of forceful evacuation of 100,000 people on the north suburb of my hometown, Khan Younis. It's just unbelievable. These people have been displaced 5 times so far. And I don't know how can this be done collectively to people under the eyes and the world and the ears of the world, and nobody seems to be in the regime's part doing anything to stop this unbelievable collective punishment, let alone the killing of children, let alone what happened yesterday, the bombing of mosques or churches or whatever. But this forceful evacuation, denying people the most basic human right to have a shelter, a house. It's happened now for 10 months, and those people, I mean, on record, there's people of that area called Abraj Hamad and Khan Younis, they've been displaced 6 times so far. 6 times so far. From their homes in the north to Abraj Hamad, then to Rafah, then to Rafah Mawasi, then Khan Younis Mawasi, then Abraj Hamad, and now they're moving again. And they have nothing. They just get the stuff and go out, and then charities give them a tent or something to live in. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. How are you? Sorry.
It's a long answer. It's a bit glib to say how you're doing because there's a lot going on in Gaza, and your family's been involved in this. But I asked you to come on because I've seen that you've been managing to get aid through into Khan Younis. I've just got some pictures here. This is from Solidarity campaign. So that's some food and stuff. And then on the right, you also, is that a tent that you're sending over?
Yes. We so far we built and helped building over 130 tents for people who are displaced, like the ones I just mentioned. It's basically a wooden structure that we create for people and put plastic sheeting around it and build, in many cases, a toilet, give them something dignified a little bit, and then help them with provision of water. Obviously, the numbers are massive, but we are working hard on this, and it's really important to provide shelter to people. And the food parcels you see, and yes, we have reached now 7,100 families with food parcels, with powdered milk, with nappies, clothes as well, and blankets when the weather was, because we started in October when I was there, Crispin. I mean, it's just came spontaneous. I was there. And again, back to the collective punishment, I saw the flood of people who came to my town, Khan Younis. Hundreds of thousands in the streets, on the pavements, with nothing. Some of them couldn't take more than their clothes because they were bombed out of their houses. And I had to do something, so I appealed to my comrades in Sheffield Palestine campaign, and we started the Sheffield Gaza Emergency Relief Fund, and it's working really brilliant. We provided as well so far 17 what we call water supply points in Khan Younis County, in the town, in the camp, in their periphery. Basically, it's 2 cubic meter tank, which we provide the plumbing to it, and then we work hard with the charities like Middle Eastern Children Alliance, Al-Fajr Al-Jadid, and others, and us as well, to provide water on a daily basis. And I've sent you, I don't know if you managed to download it.
I've got this. I've got something that really I was amazed at, which is this clip. I think it's a Skype that you had a. Is that?
Yeah. That was amazing. That was only 3 days ago. On top of the rubble of a 3-story building in Khan Younis camp, a building I know, I've been to it. I was invited for food, which was bombed by the F-16 for no reason, just punishment, because I know the 3 families who live there. Nothing to do with Hamas or any other organizations. And they just bombed, and they built this platform. Amazing sign of resilience. A platform, and on it they built a big tent. Actually, we helped with that from Sheffield. And they live in it, but daytime they bring 60-70 children to teach them what an initiative called popular education now, which is happening in all areas of displacement. And the kids sang a song for me, which will
remain. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it now for you.
Yeah.
For everyone to hear. Here we go.
Yeah, the lyrics are amazing. It says, first of all, love to everyone. Imagine people who are bombed and whatever they say in love. We love our country. We're gonna rebuild our country. We'll make it beautiful again. We'll make it rise above the wind. I have a pen, and I will raise a flag in one hand and a pen, P-E-N, in the other one. And I will build my home. So this message of resilience, message of love, message of how the Palestinians are teaching their kids to raise a flag and a pen, to get educated and get strong. That counters. I was in tears, Crispin. I cried my eyes out, and I may cry while I'm talking to you. Because for years we've been dehumanized, for decades. We, the victims, we, the ones who were really uprooted, killed, forcefully moved out of our homeland, and then on top of that, dehumanized, to be portrayed as terrorists to teach their kids hate. This is from the heart of Khan Younis camp, from a bombed area. You can see, if people noticed outside, how the surrounding area is all rubble, because they wiped out that area, and how they teach their kids to get educated and to get strong, to rebuild their country. This is telling, and I don't have to say that, but we knew what we are. But this idea of the non-stop dehumanization by Western regimes, by the media, by the culprit media, is really criminal. How can you take the side of the oppressor openly like that and distort the facts and portray people who are living and trying to get by and hoping for a better future, and they are occupied, and they are refugees who were forced out of their homes in 1948. You dehumanize them on top of what you've done to them, and you deny responsibility for what you've done to them. But yet they come out spontaneously with something like that. Kids are singing beautiful songs to say we love our homeland, we want to rebuild it, and we send love to everyone. This was a spontaneous, rare, messenger phone call, because I can't reach people. There is no internet, but those managed. Now they're trying to get by trying to get. When they got the chance, they phoned me. So it was amazing.
I can't. It's astounding that the resilience that you showed, the rubble behind the and this platform to set this kind of schooling area. I couldn't believe it, but also I'm astounded that you can get the aid through, and that you can get to speak to them. And I don't want to upset you or anyone else, but I think it is worth showing the other picture that you sent me, which is of one of your relatives, which is just I think it needs to be shown. Your relative.
Yes, yeah. This is only 8 days ago. Abdullah Amjad El-Farra. He is my second cousin's son, top of his class, sports kid. Went to bring bread, as you can see, to his family when a quadcopter, which has the most sophisticated, equipment to know exactly what's happening on the ground. They just killed him. His mother, my second cousin, is devastated. His father is devastated. The whole neighborhood is devastated because Abdullah was a lovely man. Look at him. He was getting bread, for goodness sake. But despite that, are the Palestinians full of hate? They're full of hate against Netanyahu and against the army and whatever. But deep down, people are good people. Of course they are full of hate against the killing machine. Of course they are full of hate against the American administration, against Keir Starmer and the British government and the European Union. But deep down, they are beautiful people. Beautiful people. They deserve justice. And those criminals, those war criminals must be brought to justice. This is our challenge. Is to challenge that those war criminals are not treated in every country they visit in Europe as like a dignitary who they are worthy of respect. They are not. Their war criminals should be in an international tribunal, should be put to jail. Abdullah was a beautiful boy. I've known him. Yes, it happened 10 days ago, and his father now is asking me to have a little video, little story about him. So I asked for his childhood videos or whatever. I will try to do 2-3 minutes film to show his life, because his story deserves to be told, like 17,000 children who were killed. Do you know, Crispin, maybe you read about it or you didn't, you and your audience. Do you know that yesterday in the attack on that mosque, it was so horrific that they asked the families of the victims, who was your, was it a man or a woman? Was it a child? So if it's a child, they bring flesh, because it was so that the flesh of people were scattered, and people didn't know which body is which. So they just weigh 70 kilograms for a man or a woman, and 16 kilograms if it was a child praying with his father. This is so shocking. We've seen people carrying plastic bags with like joints of flesh, pieces of flesh. Just, this is your son, this is your son, this is your father, is your whatever, and just like no face, no head, no whatever. It's all the intensity of the bombing, which they say, oh, we followed international law. They did say we followed international law. So sadly, they're continuing with their crimes. Sadly, there is no no pressure. Sadly, they're behaving with impunity. Sorry. And they know that the world will not put pressure, and it's just and like a series of killing after killing after killing, this devastation of the devastation. 73% of the water wells in that's my hometown, Khan Younis, have been destroyed by airstrike. Why? Targeting environmental targets is a war crime. Where is the bloody international law? They're under the international law a joke. Now you say to any Palestinian, United Nations, international, they say, for goodness sake, I mean, that's a joke. When did Israel ever, abided by international? When did the Americans ever abided by international law? It's always like a rule for the poor and deprived, and the oppressed, and the rule for the oppressor. It's like what they said, that when they were outraged about the International Criminal Court challenging them, and they told them explicitly that we created this for Africa and Asia, not for us. So when they challenged their crimes, it's irrelevant. It's a joke. It's a very bloody joke, very sad joke,
Well, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing the images and the stories that you've been getting from Khan Younis and elsewhere. I mean, the thing is, we don't get this information, and your personal insight is very important, because when children die, we just see numbers, but you've actually told people this human side, and that's the thing that's missing as well from the media. They make these children into numbers, and we just don't even hear about who they were.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It means a lot to me. I'm really, and it's a real honor to speak to the comrades who are watching, because this is a good program. This is an honorable program, which tells the truth in the middle of the massive, how I call it, the media machine, the lying, the corrupted, the culprit in crimes media machine that we are witnessing. And yes, we need to tell the stories. We need to tell the stories like Abdullah and others, every single story. We need to tell the story of that boy 3 days ago, amputee, 2 legs near the hip, they both amputated. His name is Muntasir Abu Daher. Please Google it. Muntasir Abu Daher, who, amputated both legs, then killed in a raid on his wheelchair. It's just like, I don't understand that. I mean, this is supremacy, this is racism, this is whatever. Those people don't count because they're not of certain race or whatever, and in the eyes of the establishment, of course. This is unbelievable. Crispin, I'd like to mention something, and I need your help. I wrote to you, and I want to say it to audience. I made a film when I was in the Gaza Strip before the Israeli attack. Yeah. I made a film about the fishing community called Shanshula. Shanshula is a type of nets that the Palestinian fishermen and women use. And I was about to launch it on the 7th of October in the YMCA in Gaza. By the way, we have YMCA in Gaza. People don't know that. We have churches in Gaza. And we have not a strong, sadly, because of the situation, many of them left, but we have a beautiful Christian community in Gaza. And of course, 7th of October happened, so I had to add to it to cater for what happened to the fishing community after the Israeli attack. So the film now is ready, and I'm gonna tour Scotland with it, Liverpool, Manchester, Derby, Nottingham, but I'd love in the south to show it in London. It's really important. I mean, the feedback from audience when we show it 2-3 times so far is humbling.
We'll
I need help from you or the audience, please, in London area, to show the film. We could show a short with it as well. It's 33 minutes, and as I said, not my.
I'll make sure
the feedback is humbling. The feedback is humbling.
I'll make sure that it's shown, but on one condition: that you come down and.
I'd love to, Crispin. I can't say no to you. I can't say no to you. I love.
All right. Well, we'll sort that out. Thank you, Musheir. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be among you, and keep fighting for social justice wherever, not only Palestine. I know people are in your audience are among the best in my point of view, and those are the people. You are the people who make me not lose faith in humanity. I swear, if it wasn't for what we see of comrades in Britain, we would have lost faith in humanity a long time ago. So I'm humbled by being among you guys.
Well, you're